Good morning. I'm Meteorologist Chita Craft. Happy Halloween. Make sure you have that umbrella first thing before you head out the door. Now this morning, for your morning commute, notice how these thunderstorms are fairly concentrated inside the city and west of toward Katy, Sugar Land, portions of Jersey Village. However, areas north and extreme south, you may be dealing with some wet roadways, but it's not like some of the thunderstorms that we've been tracking really right across I-10 westbound, Mission Bend, Bunker Hill Village, up 290 from Jersey Village, again into Cypress this morning. This is also where all of the lightning is concentrated this morning. Richmond, Sugar Land. I know you've been hearing a lot of thunder out there. There is a lot of lightning to go with it. Some of the storms a little bit closer into Katy, they're actually starting to wind down. But what I'm noticing now is what we could see on and off pretty much throughout your Halloween. That's why we're under a weather impact alert. Notice now through about 5 o'clock this evening, scattered storms are going to be a possibility. Northbound, the Woodlands, Spring through Bammel, Aldine, we're looking at wet conditions. Tomball out of Coralville right along 249 this morning. Now we've seen on and off rain. Again, Cypress to Jersey Village. Now once you head a little bit closer into Brenham or maybe Conroe, we haven't seen as much rain, and maybe from Pearland into Friendswood as well, but it is on the way. I've put our lightning counter on, so that red box is tallying, but it's mainly concentrated just west of Sugar Land. 84 lightning strikes in the past 10 minutes. So remember, when thunder roars, head indoors. That means lightning could be present, and that's going to be a possibility throughout the day. 3:30 this afternoon, are you on carpool duty? Were the kiddos expected to have maybe something for Halloween after school today? That is when I'm expecting the best chance for rain. But watch the timeline in our future track pretty carefully here. I'm going to put this into motion. By 5:30 this afternoon, we're still tracking isolated showers and isolated thunderstorms, but overall it starts to kind of clear things out, at least dry off in time for trick-or-treating. I think 6-7 o'clock, most of the rain starts to move out, but the roads are going to be really wet. So puddles, wet conditions as the kids are going up and down the neighborhoods, but hopefully no active rain. That would be nice. How much rain are we expecting? Today we could pick up anywhere from a half to basically an inch of rain, taking you through into early Monday because unsettled conditions continue for the weekend. We could be looking at more like 1 to 2.5 inches of rain. I'm going to show you some live shots. This morning, if you're waking up in Galveston, it is a dreary day. Lone Star Rally is kicking off, and yeah, you can see everything set up in anticipation for Lone Star Rally weekend. Tomorrow, we're not expecting as much rain. In fact, I think overall you'll have partly cloudy skies. Look how choppy the waves are. Again, we have a strong south wind, but a cold front is on the way. A live look over the Gulf Freeway. Clouds are in place. Kind of a spooky start to your Halloween this morning. Katy, where it has just been rocking all morning. Blinding rain about an hour ago in Katy. Now you can just see clouds off in the distance, and most of that moisture is moving a little bit closer inside the city. Live look outside from the Galleria this morning. Yeah, I can see low cloud ceilings draped across the area, but most of the rain this morning has been fairly west and southwest, but it's going to continue to become area wide. Sunset this evening for Halloween is at 6:35. Don't forget, you set your clocks back an hour Saturday night into Sunday. So take a look at what happens here. Our sunset gets earlier and earlier. In fact, next week, we're talking your sunset around 5:30. But tonight, 6:35 for your sunset. That's also when I'm expecting most of the rain to wind down. So a 40% chance for these showers and thunderstorms at 5, a 20% chance at 7, and then maybe even partly cloudy skies by 8, 9 o'clock this evening. But the grounds are going to be wet. So make sure the kids have maybe boots or tennis shoes that you don't care about because it's going to be muddy out there. Muddy, muddy. 80% chance today for those scattered downpours. A quick 1/2 to 1.5 inches of rain is possible. Tomorrow, rain is still a possibility, but a 30% chance. So think fairly isolated activity. Saturday, we're unsettled at a 50% chance for scattered thunderstorms. Not a complete washout, but I would be prepared for a few thunderstorms. By Sunday, about the same. Again, we fall back. By Tuesday, election day, if you're already thinking about next week, that will be our next cold front that potentially could spark up some strong thunderstorms. So after today, we will be very carefully watching Tuesday, election day. Jen, I know roadways have just been a mess. Thanks to all all this rain.
Oh my goodness, spectacular out there. earlier this morning, but ever since the rain pushed in, we have had a mad mess. So 59, we have a potentially new problem at Rankin. If you're up leaving the Kingwood area, we've got a problem on 45, the North Freeway inside of the Beltway, an issue working on 290 around Jones. There's also slow going conditions on Highway 6. Do you take Highway 6 to work or wherever you're headed right now? Well, at Memorial and also down at Richmond, we have heavy conditions on both sides. Not sure if traffic lights are malfunctioning. It's also really wet on this side of town. It is coming down in Foster, Pecan Grove, parts of Mission Bend, and in on the Katy Freeway has been creating a lot of traffic and a long drive time. That problem on the north is outbound at Westmount Houston. It's the second outbound problem at the same location. A left lane is blocked. Emergency crews are on scene. It is not impacting the inbound HOV lane, but heavy conditions if you're making your way toward, let's say, Greenspoint or IAH, I would suggest taking the Hardy Toll Road. North Loop, this is a problem in the westbound direction at Fulton. Looks like a couple of center lanes are impacted. It's going to be heavy as you exit the Hardy Toll Road and try to connect to 610. 290, this is an HOV lane problem at Jones. You can get through, but it's a tight squeeze. So lots of brake lights as you come in from the northwest and the east text. This is some of the backup here at Rankin. Not only found on the main lanes due to a potential problem right after this location that's blocking a lane, but also look at that feeder road. It is just not moving very quickly. And those soggy roads have upped the drive time on this Halloween. So looking at LaPorte at almost 30 minutes as you leave the doorway. Sugarland, 50 minutes to an hour inbound. Katy, I'm surprised it's not worse than an hour. So count your blessings there. And Pearland, 24 minutes right now to get in from 518. Are you voting today? Remember, Metro is offering voters free rides. You just present your voter ID to the bus driver, free round trips for early voting and on election day. That includes local buses, Metro Rail, and Metro Lift. And talking about Halloween for our later trick-or-treaters, please watch out for the children. They're going to be really excited. We're going to have folks that are driving. We want you to drive sober at all times, but especially tonight. Slow down. And if you don't have to drive through the neighborhoods, avoid it. Just go ahead and stick to the main lanes so that you're out of the way of children who are trying to trick or treat and they have one less thing to worry about. Have a great time and thank you for watching.